Hello there, playing some more Sekiro. So, last time was unfortunately rocky, but hopefully we've sufficiently de-rusted for today. Can have a new little session. Bam. So, I don't think we looked too much into this area last time, eh? We just sort of battled some grannies at the little ponder. I was like, yeah, actually, it's getting a bit late. Getting a little bit into the dinner time. And I decided to call it up. Wow, it was also stream day. Get over, doggo. Come on. That's right. This doggo's actually giving me a fairly good amount of XP. Ooh. Always get surprised when I see my XP chunk up whenever killing something. It's not just like, you know, turn 50. It like actually goes up like a meaningful amount on the bar. It's quite nice. Might also be me conditioned by MMOs and like experience bars in MMOs. Because when I think about those guys, I kill an enemy and it shouldn't even be visible on the bar what progress I made. So that might be a thing. Whoop. Ooh. The game is a chugging one. Was it always like this? Is it like this for everyone? It's just like a game that doesn't run as like perfectly as I'd like, honestly. Unfortunately. Maybe village. Okay. Now I have a location name. That's nice. Ooh, big old pond. Big old pond. Yeah, like the performance is not great. I feel like the performance of this game should be better on my computer. I guess like the one thing that my computer hasn't been like updated in a while for is my GPU. I got a 1070, but even that should be pretty okay. So I have a i7 9700K, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 1070. I feel like this shouldn't be this jittery in Sekiro. I wonder if it's like this in consoles. Saying that, though, I think From Software has stepped up the PC versions of late. It's not a Dark Souls 1 situation anymore. I mean, these games sold like gangbusters. They managed to up the budget for that sort of thing a long time ago. I think I need to kill these guys, but you know, I may as well. So there's the blood smoke. Oh, that means I can keep going. It's costing me a lot of charms every time I do it, though. Yeah. But that is pretty cool. Okay, so I see the purpose of that now. Right, and it only works when you're stealthing, doesn't it? Oh, that's what the vaulting thing is, isn't it? I think the vaulting thing might mean you can do like, what are these things called? Like jutsu things or something like that? I think that means you can do those while in combat. I think that's the big idea with those things. Because I was wondering, like, why would I want to do that? Other than to, like, position myself. I just feel like it's better to, like, do it and then dodge away, considering that you're, like, invulnerable, kinda, in the stabbing animation anyway, right? Because I think you might be invulnerable, but you also, like, de-aggro enemies while you're... Ooh! Yeah, the performance is not great here. I don't know. It's not like I have restarted my computer before streaming this, so that might be a thing. Whoop. But again, like my computer's not bad. I've been thinking about upgrading my GPU at some point though, but I would quite like a 2080, I think. I don't think I'm ever gonna spring for like the TI cards. But that thing is just too expensive for me to really be interested in right now. Like, those cards are crazy expensive, aren't they? Like, that's why I got like the 1070 back in the day, because the choice was a 1070 or 1080 for me. I was not going to go for the 1080 Ti, and like the cost to performance ratio was just so poor between a 1070 and the 1080. It's crazy. But I would be really interested in like the RTX cards now though. The RTX cards look really good. Like the RTX lighting is just really pretty. Yep. And oh my god! And once I have a new GPU as well, it'll probably smooth out this sort of thing. It's annoying. Might be because the game isn't done on SSD. Because the hitching does primarily happen when accessing new areas, doesn't it? And it's also like a streaming thing, you know. Because what? I'm running this game better with like another encoder. So my game just went black. Oh, what a freaking mess, dude. What a freaking mess. So we're back. I thought I was back a bit earlier, but turns out my microphone got unplugged somewhere along this whole mess. So I'm kind of back in like a different location than I originally was gonna be. So the town is over here. I kind of just rushed over here. There's like a bellboy over here. It's a big mess. Alright, so turns out monitor is not hacked up. At least I do not believe. I think it's, fun enough, it's the GPU that's the culprit. So I thought I fixed this a long time ago. Turns out, in the GTX 10XX series of cards, there was a firmware update needed to make your 144 Hz monitors actually display in 144 Hz. So I did actually manage to get my monitor back up and running again in 60 Hz, and then it was fine. But my monitors look really weird in 60 Hz because the color gets all washed out, and obviously this is in 60 Hz, so everything looks a bit more choppy than I'd like on my 144 Hz monitor. So it's not ideal. So I'd rather not do that, even though it did give me vision again. If I had to do that, I would do that, but I didn't really fancy it. So we tried looking a bit more. I thought that I was fine, because I fixed this years ago when I first picked up. Oh, I'm fucking dead! Holy shit! Are you for real? You can just die to like instantly spawning enemies to like the shittiest Tomberry attack? Okay, sure thing, video game. Okay. Oh, it's a shrine now. Excellent. That's a nice thing about them having bullshit attacks like that. At least you can just like stand back up again and be alive when it happens. But yeah, I thought I fixed this a long time ago. A long time ago when I actually bought this card. Which is like several years at this point. Maybe like 2 or 3 years, right? And I don't know what brought the problem back. No freaking idea what brought the problem back. Ooh, I think I'll save on that. But the problem did come back, and it seems to have been a combination of wonky-ass GPU firmware. Because I guess I did patch it, but it was still a bit wonky. But also shitty-ass DP cables. Because I managed to very fortunately find another DisplayPort cable and replace it, and then it was fine. I'm now on some DisplayPort cable that I just had in a box. And that's funny, because I thought I had this exact problem with that cable, I think. Or maybe it was an HDMI cable, but I thought it was that cable. I thought it was cable was fucked. But maybe that cable happened to interpose with the cable I was using here for a while or something. So I was actually running on like a broken cable for like a few months now. I don't know. I'm very confused. All of this is very confusing, very annoying. But at least it seems to be okay now. I guess what I should do is, at some point now, I should buy a new DisplayPort cable. I don't know why I did that. I just thought it would look cool, I guess. I should buy a new DisplayPort cable just in case, because I am not sure of my current cable, because I thought it was broken. I thought for sure this cable I'm using right now, it was broken. So I feel like I replaced one time bomb, or rather one bomb that's gone off, with another ticking time bomb. So I think I'll just order one of those cables after this. What a session, eh? What a Sekiro session. Everything's just gone absolutely awry and wrong. Terrible. Ugh. At least my game seems to be running a little bit better now after I rebooted my computer. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have figured? But yeah, I think after today, once I head in for dinner time, I'll see if my game is on SSD. I believe it is, because I install most of my games on SSD now. See if it's there, and if it's not, put it in SSD, just to make it run a wee bit faster. Because the loading things do seem to exclusively happen when I enter new areas, as if it's trying to load something, you know. I see that item up there, and I will get it. There we go. He's got it. He's gone and got it. Just got this Mary Sunshine level here. Alert. Ooh. Is that a bunch of blood? Can't tell if that's a reflection or a bunch of blood. We can't die of anything. So there's two areas to go here, right? There's water, and then there's up here, right? Yeah, let's go here first. Because I didn't really feel like that was the correct path through, though. As in, I think I might be attacked by a bunch of shit if I go through, though. You friendly? That's a... She's playing a shamisen. Actually, that could be a Sanshin. It did look a bit small for a shamisen, no? But the instrument we have heard of, some NPCs talking about, has been the shamisen. And I thought that maybe the shamisen thing wasn't necessarily like something he actually heard. I thought it was maybe like some sort of illusion or some sort of like trickery, like some sort of hex or something. But now we're actually finding someone playing the shamisen in the graveyard. Okay, we just got like a new weird skill, which is like that that sheathing sword thing, right? It costs me some resources every time I do that. That's fine. That's fine. I think we need to save up a little bit more money. I was thinking like, ooh, 500 is a fair amount of money actually. I would like to maybe spend that, but I think you're good. Yeah, it's a shamisen.
どこにどうしてございましょう。それがわからぬのが悲しいのです。会えずともせめて知りたい。なれど頼りを出しても帰ってこぬ。
What a rude boy.
誰も居場所を 教えてくれぬ。ねえ、御人、作座様はいずこですか？
知らぬ。
ああ、あなたも嘘つき。
Freaking accuser. Motherfucking accuser. I'm not a liar. Whoa! She's a hoy lady. It's a hoy lady, dude. She's pretty real. She's pretty darn real. She's got a hoy lady theme. She's not in a hole though, is the thing. She's pretty tough. I don't know if I should be messing around with this chick. I think maybe going through the water is actually like a pretty good call here. I quite like that skill. I like that skill a lot more than the overhead we had. Like she hurts. She attacks really quickly as well. And like she lunges oddly for all the attacks as well. Yeah, she's real. That's a real fight. I believe all the freaking ghosts we've seen so far have been like super real fights. Which I'm not entirely sure of when is the appropriate time to fight any of them yet. Unseen aid. Yeah, I knew that was gonna get me in trouble speaking to her. I knew she was so freaking like my first instinct was that she was one of those like weird zombies, but I think that's like Chinese law, right? I'm not sure about that. You know those like zombies with like little charms on the foreheads? I thought she was like maybe one of those things. At least like not an alive thing. She definitely struck me as very suspicious though. Okay, I feel like it's reasonable to try a few more attempts at her, considering my damage against her was non-negligible. So I think we might actually be able to give her a good fight. So I would like to use my resources before we head into this. That was expensive, very expensive. Don't have enough stuff for that, don't have enough stuff for that. Alright, so basically we can't upgrade anything here at all. We need more gunpowder. Can I fit anything new in there at all? Nah. Right. In that case, I will peace out. Let me check with my other vendor. Hello. I am gonna buy your... It either buys memos or buy some purses. Let's buy a memo. And we can read it. Where are you? Where are you gonna be? There's the memo. It is said, a precious treasure was once held within the Hirata Estate Pagoda. That is in the memory. A threefold tower stood upon a precipice along a slope lined with bamboo groves. Seems the treasure is related to shinobi techniques. The truth of it escapes me, but they called it Blessed Mist. 3-story pagoda, Hirata Estate. Around the bamboo groves. I think I might be thinking about the vaguely whether that is. It's been a while since I've been there, but I feel like I know where that is, but I don't think we'll be going there just yet. Where the frick were we? Why is the water mill below Mibi village? Some of the ordering on the teleports is very strange, I feel. Oh, no mind. It was the water wheel. So this is the depth, but like, if you look up, it's like not like we're in like a cave or anything. We're just down a big hole. I guess like all of that place it started at was just at like a mountain, I guess, and now we're at like the actual like surface level, maybe, I don't know. So I don't think she is gonna be aggressive then. Yeah, it's just chill. Let's give her another fight. Whoa! Deciding not to make a choice is also a choice, it seems. Ow. I just need to do damage to her, is the thing. So I can start actually building some poise damage on her. Not really getting there. She does not cope with me chasing her like this though. Ah, see, she has like really good chase on. Really good chase on as well though. But every time she like tried to swirl away there, I just sort of struck her and she did not like that. She was not best placed. I was blocking! Evidently not, but I was trying to block. I barely done any damage to her. I think she's too strong. In that I just not doing meaningful damage to her at all. I don't think there's gonna be like a big ghost busting piece of equipment I get. But I believe I'm gonna be able to kill enough bosses that I'm gonna do substantially more damage to her. Because right now I'm not really like putting a mark on her when I'm actually like getting to strike, you know? It's not like suddenly, now that I've struck her a couple times, now I'm doing enough poise damage to her. I think she's a bit of a brick wall for me right now. Cause, yeah, if I block... See, here's my thinking. I might be wrong about this, but here's my thinking. If I block her successfully more, I will inflict poise damage back to her. And I will take less damage. But, because I can't do a lot of damage to her, a lot of that poise is just coming back to her, right? She's just regaining that. I can't loot. So that's why you would want to swim, for sure. So, I think I can play better against her. For sure. There was a lot of moves she was doing there, which I did not successfully block. But I believe that I won't necessarily move the needles too much by doing it, because there's a good chance she will just regain all the posture that I've that damage to. You know what I mean? So certainly, I think it's possible if you block all of her attacks and you do just a little bit of damage in between, just a little bit, and keep the pressure on her enough that it doesn't regain from her having high health. So I can certainly see that being like possible. Like, I just don't think it's a meaningful way for me to spend my time. Similar to this whole boys, like all the ghosts so far, seem a bit strong. So I think there's like one of two things going with the ghost. Either I just need to kill enough ghosts to get memories of kill enough bosses to get memories to increase my my damage, or there's gonna be some sort of item I get at some point, which is gonna meaningfully increase my damage against the occult. And I think my money's on me not being able to get out this frickin' pool of water, dude. What is this? What is this? Like, I hate the grappling hook sometimes. The grappling hook is just so unsatisfying sometimes. It just will refuse to let you grapple onto things which looks like it would be within your distance from your previous escapades. Like, oh, I can just swing around cliffs and canyons, and it's all like all the things are within my range. But suddenly I can't get onto a bridge. It's because it's very, very slightly too far away. Like, come on, like, yeah, the grappling hook thing just is just not great sometimes. I just do not understand how that bridge could have been too far away from me though. Like, did I mess up a jump or something from there? I mean, there's a tree right there. Why didn't you let me swing from the tree up to the bridge? I mean, that's what I was led to believe it worked previously. Yeah, I can't see a grapple point on that tree. So, what is the deal with these grapple points then? Where are you supposed to grapple to these from? Because you can't do it from down there. What's the point? God, I hate the grappling sometimes. So, and I think that's because, like, each individual grapple point has been hand placed. I don't think any of the places have been ever automated. I think they're all hand picked, and I think that's where some of them are trash. Bro. Actually, I kind of regret that statement. Because there's obviously big downsides to both approaches. But what I mean is that it seems like a lot of places where you'd think you could grapple, you can't, because they've handpicked only a select few places to grapple hook. So when you move around, grappling isn't really like your expected way of moving, really. It's a bonus sometimes. That's kind of what I mean. Someone's having a good drink. What's the deal with that, buddy? Oh, hang on, wait a second. Where do we find a gap in the foundation here so we can get to those goodies? There it is. I see it. So it's made a little maze here. I guess this is like a storage space. Use a rotating door. Hacker voice, I'm in. That's the guy we heard. I guess it's just a merchant in here. Divine confetti, more like divine whatever. Divine items, I don't see anyone actually using. Wait a second, what was that red lump? What is that? Consumed to gain red eyes and reduce flinching from enemy attacks. Ah, but also produce a resurrection. Red mass is the lingering trace of one who was unable to achieve the desires. Slightly warm to the touch, it pulsates softly. That's weird. It's a weird gooey thing. I'm not gonna use that anytime soon. What are you drinking there, buddy? What you got there? Interesting. So he found some mystery goo. He's just sipping on it here. I guess it's just gonna kinda keep rambling on about the same shit now. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that guy alone. Maybe I'll find something to offer him so he can partake in something else. I mean, I do have this sake, which I was thinking about offering him, but Sekiro didn't really feel like it. He owes this other people the sake, you see, so it's just not his sake to share with these guys is the thing. No big gulp for you now. There's an item under this house though. What's the deal with that? 100% was an item under this house, right? Maybe there wasn't. Maybe there wasn't an item this whole time. Or maybe it's like a quantum item. And it'll return. No, I'm in the drink. It's maybe fine. Please. Yeah, I guess you can't. It's very unclear what sort of surfaces Sekiro likes to grab here as well. I thought it was the sort of the soil bits Sekiro didn't like so much, but it seems like it's maybe any nature thing he can't grapple onto. You kidding me? The only way to get through here is to do this? Oh, there's no item. There is just a light coming from the other side. How does this door even work? I guess it's just a loose bit of wood. That's it. Yeah, that's the light as well. It's not an item. That's an item. Light coin purse. Nice. I think those are the things we mainly rely on when it comes to buying a lot of things. It's just picking up a bunch of coin purses. It's like that and banking your money into coin purses as well. There's like 2 ways I can imagine meaningfully get enough money to buy some of the more expensive things. Something just saw me though. Those are just eels. Sekiro can't really reach them. No, they're kind of like fish. I think they're like koi. They kind of look like koi, but it's kind of hard to see them. This is really hard to slash them. I think it'll be a lot easier to do underwater combat once we can dive. There we go. Yeah, just regular koi. Very big, but nothing too scary. I think that there's like koi looking things, but because they haven't mentioned the koi being like a thing in this game. They might also just be big regular fish. It's kind of hard to see anything on them. They kind of look like they had maybe some patterns on them, maybe. Those are like the balloons, aren't they? Those things there. No, they're not. They just got little fireflies in them. I guess I'll go through this path here one more time. Because he jumped in a drink last time, again. Just keep winding up in a drink somehow. There must be one more thing we can do here. Oh, hang on, hello. Hello. I see you. is a shrine. Prayer bead. Excellent, you'd love to see it. If I kill a ghost, I would even have enough prayer beads for having more health. But something tells me I don't think necessarily a ghost just gives you a prayer bead. I think an echelon above that, aren't they? Because they're like mini bosses, but also they're a tier of their own. I think the ghost lads. Like all of them are like pretty strong in their own way. Like the Tranquil Walk of Peace zombie, the there's another one. There's another Tranquil Walk of Peace zombie. There was the Warlock zombie. Oh, there's nothing up there. Nothing at all. I just saw the terrain up there was very undeveloped. You were obviously not meant to see anything up there. If you can go here now. We gotta be careful about the freaking ghost here, though. There she is. And obviously, the Shamisen ghost. She's pretty scary. So is that it from this area, then? Does it just lead to the ghosts? Spooky ghosts that I'm pretty sure I have no chance against. If that's the case... Do we just peace out? Do I really have no chance against her?